I want the world to see this person right here. This is my son. People, I ain't never heard nobody talk about this, so let me be the first one, because I know I can't be alone. This boy is 12 years old. I've been in his life, all his life, except for the times that when his mama kept him away. You know, this boy had the nerve to say he don't like me and don't want to come to my house, and that he missed the times with his family, speaking of his mama family, and not his daddy's side of the family, like we don't exist, right? So he said this is taking up time. He said the 2 days that he spent over here feel like a whole week. And then he's not even looking forward to the 30 days he had to spend over here for summer. He said he don't want to come over here at all. Like, I'm a bad person. Like, I've traumatized him and did anything wrong to this little boy. We have done so much stuff, so much fun things. Spend time together, play basketball together, go amusement parks, go swimming, take riding in toys like this. And he had a nerve to choose his mama. Look at the camera, Gabe. Choose his mama over me like I'm around here treating him wrong. What kid don't want to be around their daddy? Please tell me. And as a daddy, this hurt because I know his mama got something to do with it too. But still, he's old enough to make his own decisions. And he chooses mama over his daddy, his flesh and blood. Somebody that can teach him how to be a man, but he want to be up on a woman all day. Look at the camera, Gabe. Tell the people how you don't love your daddy and how you rather be with your mama, and time over here is boring and you don't want to spend time with your daddy. Tell people how you don't want to spend time with your daddy. And he act like I haven't been picking him up all these years. Like, what is the problem? Like, this not your first time at my house. But yeah, he hurt my feelings, world. He really hurt my feelings, and you can't take that back, Gabe. I'm gonna give you what you want, and I'm gonna erase myself out of your life. I'm gonna give you what you want, Gabe. That is so messed up on so many levels. I would never tell my daddy nothing like that. My daddy was in my life. I would never tell my dad, because I know that would hurt my daddy's feelings. I would never tell my daddy nothing like that, ever.
So I saw some lady talking about this situation, and you know, she was using it to drag fathers and probably black men, which is typical on TikTok. But let's talk about what's really going on here. I'm a child that's been in that predicament. I lived with my mom, then I went to go live with my dad, and then I went to live with my mom, and my dad wasn't too happy about it. So the original rejection is definitely going to be tough to deal with. Now, in some cases, mom is not doing anything. She's maybe just a little bit more lenient, because sometimes as dads, we don't really allow kids to be kids. Like, my dad was super strict. I had cousins that went to go live with their dad, and their dad was super strict. And, you know, they're successful, but the relationship between them and their dad strained, because dads tend to be like really tough. Now, this dad seems like he's chill, but we don't really know what's going on behind the scene. And sometimes with these new age kids, and a lot of y'all on TikTok, y'all already know, dads always be on some, all right, man, get up early, let's go do this. Like, they want what's best for you, but sometimes as kids, they just want to chill. They just want to stay in the house and play Fortnite, and mom lets them do that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be anything malicious, but sometimes it is something malicious. So I've been through it personally. My daughter's 6, and I'm already getting this whole manipulation thing, you know, with my daughter saying that she's sent over here to spy on me and shit. And I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. I try to nip that early in the bud. If my daughter wants to go live with her mom, hopefully it's not a situation where she's angry and then they reject you, and then you get emotional and you do shit like this. Like, I would never post my daughter if she was like she wants to go live with her mom, because sometimes they're kids, they say shit out of spite. So probably the appropriate thing to do is to sit down with them and talk to them and ask them why they feel that way, and just make sure it's genuine and just let them go. A lot of times they go and they come right back.
This post is a must watch for all parents, every parent. Looking at the comments, I'm very sure this dad got much more than he bargained for with this video. But he won't get it from me. I'm not here to judge. This post is purely a teachable moment for any parent out there. And this dad is right. I have not seen too much of this content anywhere on social media, but it is definitely a really big part of parenting. I can relate with both perspectives, coming from the kid's side and the dad's side. So let me start off with the kid's perspective first. Because I was that kid growing up. I was that kid. My dad fought for me and my brothers for our entire childhood. But just like that young man around his age, we started not wanting to go on the weekends and this time we had with our dad. And the thing that some adults, some people, some parents are missing is that a child has life with mom, life with dad, and then their own childhood life with their friends and whatever else it is they like to do. And around that age, they figure out what it is they like to do. And in this video, if you listen, I think the dad said there was a 30-day period that the child was going to be with dad. Imagine getting to summer as a child, hearing you're going to be with the other parent who I guess you don't regularly live with for 30 days after you've planned with your friends from school, you know, what your whole summer's going to be. And now that's all crushed because you're going to go with the other parent. So it's not even the parent's fault. And that child, which looks like in that case that he didn't, you know, hate his father. He probably just wanted to enjoy his summer with the friends that he had from school. And even, or I think he was saying about the mom having family that he was happy being with. He just had an idea of where he wanted to spend his time that he enjoyed. And when that comes into play, you can be the best parent. You can be the best dad. You can be the best mom. And again, it may not be to specifically hurt you, but that child wanted to be where he was happy. So that particular place for 30 days was not what made him happy, no matter what his father did. All right. So coming from the dad's side real quick, he said that he was going to send the child back with his mom and erase himself from his life. I pray that he made amends with his son for that, because that's a big decision. But again, if that's what decision he made, I'm not here to judge. You know, that's up to him. But coming from a parent's perspective now, seeing this, and hindsight is 2020, and I wish, you know, I could have saw this ahead of time. But awesome teachable moment. Like I said, you have to look as a parent at what it is that your kid likes. You have to try to adapt your living situations to a place where your kid is going to be happy. That may be having them have access to the friends that they're used to being around. If they're a gamer, making sure that they have access to the games they like to play. They have good internet. You know, that's the saddest part, and kind of funny as well, that sometimes that's as simple as what it is, that the kid just wants to be in the home that has better internet so they can play their games, or, you know, closer to their friend's house so they can go outside and play with their friends. But as a parent, you cannot control how your child's gonna feel. They're growing up. They get an individual take on everything. And so the only thing that you can really do is, again, make your living arrangements as comfortable for your child as possible. I said comfortable, but probably the better word is make your living arrangements as inviting to your child as possible. Make your child want to spend time with you when it is your time to have with your child. And that's, you know, the best you can do, because nothing's going to be perfect with that. Your child's going to develop their own personality, whether you like it or not. And the biggest part of that, and the biggest part of being a parent, is realizing that's where the unconditional love comes in, right there. Because it's going to be some days that your feelings going to be hurt as a parent, but you got to realize that's your child no matter what. And you love that child regardless.